No. A LadyNoir Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction. God, it was late! And it was safe to say that Ladybug was tired. However, considering how much Noir begged her to come to this rooftop in the upcoming days, she was swinging around Paris headed to the place. The things she did for her partners. Tis, tis. Then again, it's not like she had anything better to do on this sweet Valentine's Day. Ollie and Nina were on a date. Her parents were on a date, and it seemed like everyone was out on a date. She, however, did not, and was probably one of the few people in this city of lights and love who were in that boat. Arriving at the building, Ladybug noticed the sheer amount of light emitting from the place. "Hey, kitty," she said brightly, albeit confused. The rooftop was lit up with candles, and there was a white and red picnic blanket in the middle with an eager Shot Noir sitting, waiting by. The ground was sprinkled with deep red rose petals. "Hello, my lady. I'm so glad you could come," he said joyously. Ladybug bit her lip, not wanting to frown at his excitement that was probably for the wrong reasons, or correct him that she was just stopping by to end, whatever madness he was up to. Or whatever he was doing. "Spaghetti?" he offered, motioning to the basket. Wow. Ladybug was in a conundrum. Either refuse rudely or accept and see whatever the heck happens. "Sure," she ended up saying, uncertain though. Whether Shot picked up on that undertone was unknown to her. He gave her a plate and she politely smiled and accepted. It was good. They ate in silence. Shot Noir looked like he had something to say, nay, spill, but he refrained. The air felt awkward, to say the least, as if the best option was to run away from the sheer, weird, uncomfortable tone of the night. Ladybug finished the pasta and set down the plate gingerly on the ground to signify that she was completely done. Darn all those aunties from China trying to make her eat more. She was not too skinny. The atmosphere was still odd, if not more, now that Ladybug was finished and playing with her hair where Shot Noir was not. Dear God, Ladybug wanted to go swing away in the darkness. Shot Noir clearly had a plan, and whether or not she'd like it, well, it was very unknown. "Close your eyes," he directed with just the slightest bounce on the balls of his feet. Ladybug followed his instructions, closing her eyes and placing her hands firmly over as courtesy. She heard rustling around her, and it made her grow even more nervous. She didn't know how long she was standing there with her eyes shut tight, maybe a minute or two, but it felt like forever. The anxiousness, it was really getting to her. "Okay, you can open your eyes now," he said, and quickly Ladybug opened her eyes. She blinked and squinted for a couple of seconds, adjusting to the bright candle lights, and when they finally focused, Ladybug realized that Shot Noir was in front of her, though not standing up high. Instead, he was kneeling on one knee, as if to propose. But rather than holding up a velvet box with a ring, it was a red rose being presented to her. She stared at him in shock, unsure of what to say, or if he was going to say something. "Ladybug," he started in the most grandiose voice ever. Oh God. Ladybug was oftentimes confused by the antics of her superhero partner, but she wasn't blind to when he was doing a thing that probably shouldn't be done. "I met you a year ago, not far from this building. In fact, we were hanging off the side when we met. And I've known this from the moment I met you. You are the most talented, smartest, most beautiful, and amazing person I've ever met. You're a superhero, always saving everyone, and helping everyone in need. You always get us out of a jam and figure out the most difficult of puzzles. I've been waiting for the best time to tell you this, and today I know is the day. Ladybug, I love you." She was frozen. She was frozen in place. She tried to hide the pure shock that was definitely on her face, but whether or not that actually worked was unknown to her. It would probably be best to respond, or at least take the flower that Noir was so eagerly presenting her, but she was far too surprised to actually move. Was moving the flower closer, and okay, now she really needed to say or do something. But what should she say? "Yeah, I love you too, totally." Yeah, no. She could not say that. She couldn't flat out be like, "You do realize that we don't know each other, so you can't love me for real either." Even if that was the truth. Oh my God, she needed to speak. "No," she blurted out, and Noir blankly stared at her. "No?" He stood up and had literally the most confused look on his face. "No." Did you just tell me no?" "Yes." "To me telling you that I love you?" "Yes." Whatever it was that he was going to say next never came out of his mouth, and instead sputtered like a dead car engine. "Why are you telling me no? That actually makes no sense," Shot said, throwing his arms up. Ladybug sighed. "You don't actually love me," she said. "Yes, I do," Shot insisted. She raised an eyebrow at him. "No, you really don't. You just think you love me. We barely know each other. It's just your mind projecting love onto me because I'm one of the first people you became close with. And we're partners, not best friends that talk about relationships," Ladybug reprimanded him. "No, that's not true. I actually do love you," Noir almost shouted. Ladybug wanted to roll her eyes. He liked to flirt with her and try his charms out, but she had no idea that he was delusional enough to actually think that he was in love with her. "Please, you're just being naive. Go find a girl in your civilian life that you can actually love. I'm just your masked superhero partner. That's not synonymous with girlfriend or even future girlfriend." Noir shook his head. "Seriously, I do love you. I'll shout it from this rooftop if you want me to." Ladybug raised a hand up. If he was to do that, Alia would have a field day, and that would not be ideal. "Shot," she started, but was cut off. "No, listen. I do love you. I'm not confused. I know I'm not projecting some loneliness on you. I truly love you. And yeah, just because we're superheroes that don't know each other's full and real names, I know that. But we know each other better than anyone else. For one, does anyone else know what it feels like to have all of Paris resting on your shoulder all the time? No, not us. Just us. You've admitted to me I'm the only one that knows how truly scared you are. You're the only one who knows who I really am. I don't have to act a certain way with you. I know the person you are, and I love that person so much." Noir said, holding the flower up. Ladybug stepped back. "You still don't get it," Ladybug sighed. She was growing tired of this ludicrous conversation. "No, you don't get it. And I kind of should have expected that much. But I'll show you one day. I'll convince you." Noir smiled and nestled the rose into her hair. Stepping back, Noir smiled at her fully. Ladybug took a breath and pulled out her yo-yo to leave. And Noir didn't take even a step to stop her. "I will," he called. Ladybug rolled her eyes but smiled slightly. God, this was Noir. He didn't know when to give up. "Sure," she threw behind her shoulder and swung out into the dark night sky. "I will one day. shots, Noir said, whispering to the empty air. He looked around at all the candles and basket and smiled fondly. Ladybug hadn't taken the flower out, meaning some small part of her accepted his confession, and he would make sure that the rest of her extremely defensive mind would too.